My name is Emily, and this is not just any story. It is the kind of story that will make you angry, make your heart beat fast, and then make you smile with pure satisfaction. It all started like this. I got married to Ryan 2 years ago. That kind of marriage where you think your life will be perfect, dreams will come true, and you will live happily ever after. But I forgot one thing. My mother-in-law, her name is Victoria. That woman, she was like a sweet snake, always smiling on the face, but deep inside, full of poison. From day one, Victoria hated me. Why? I don't know. Maybe because Ryan loved me too much. Maybe because I was not her choice. But she was always looking for reasons to insult me, humiliate me, and make me feel like garbage. She used to say, "Emily, you are not good enough for my son. Emily, your dressing sense is so cheap. Emily, you are just here for Ryan's money, aren't you?" And you know what hurt the most? Ryan never stood up for me. He used to say, "She's my mom, Emily. What can I do? Just ignore her." Ignore her? How? When she was in my face every single day, mocking me, calling me names, making my life a living hell. But the real story, the real fire, started one evening. Victoria came to our house, dressed in branded clothes, carrying a Louis Vuitton bag, wearing gold jewelry, and her face? Full of attitude. I was in the kitchen, making tea, and I heard her laugh so loudly. That laugh, I don't know why, but that laugh made my heart race. She called Ryan, sat on the sofa, crossed her legs, and started bragging loudly. "Oh, Ryan, you won't believe, our vacation was just amazing. Do you know how much it cost?" Ryan looked confused. "What vacation, Mom?" Victoria smiled proudly and said, "We went to Europe, France, Italy, Greece, first-class flights, five-star hotels, shopping, luxury dinners, total cost." She paused. She looked at me, smirked, and then she said loudly, "Almost $95,000. But you know what the best part is? It was funded by your darling wife's credit card." My heart stopped. What? What did she just say? She laughed again and looked straight into my eyes. "Yes, Emily. Your card paid for our entire vacation. Thank you, sweetheart. Finally, you became useful for something." I froze. I didn't understand what she was saying. I never gave my card to anyone. I never even used it for myself that much. How? How could this happen? Victoria kept laughing. Ryan was sitting there, silent, shocked, confused. I was shaking. My hands were cold. My mind, blank. She continued, "I mean, Emily, you were right. Having a credit card is a blessing. And don't worry, it was just a small amount. Only $95,000. I hope you don't mind. After all, we are family, right?" Family? Family? My blood was boiling, but I didn't say a word. Victoria stood up, came closer to me, and whispered in my ear, "Next time, choose your passwords wisely, sweetheart. You never know who's watching." My legs felt weak, my brain was screaming, but my mouth, silent. That night, I sat alone in my room, staring at the wall. How did she get my card? How did she know my passwords? What should I do? Should I tell Ryan? Should I call the bank? Should I confront her? My heart said, "Scream, shout, break something, brrrr." But my mind said, "Wait, Emily, wait, don't react. Let her think she won." That was the moment I decided. "Victoria, you messed with the wrong girl. You think you're smart? You think you can ruin my life? and I'll stay quiet? No, not this time. This time, you will pay, and I will make sure you lose everything. But how? How will I take revenge? What will I do? Will Ryan support me? Or will I be alone in this fight? You want to know what happens next? The real game, the real revenge, starts now. That night I could not sleep. I was lying on my bed, staring at the ceiling. My heart was racing. Victoria's words were echoing in my head. Thank you, sweetheart. Your card funded our $95,000 vacation. I felt powerless, small, weak, but deep inside me something changed that night. I was not the same Emily anymore. Victoria thought she won. She thought she made me her toy. She laughed, mocked me, insulted me, and the worst part? She did all this in front of Ryan. And what did he do? Nothing. Just sat there, like a useless statue. That night, I decided I will not cry anymore. I will not beg. I will not ask for help. I will stand up for myself. The next morning, I acted normal. I made breakfast, smiled, as if nothing happened. Victoria was still at our house, sipping her expensive coffee, showing off her Louis Vuitton bag, bragging about Europe. Ryan looked at me, confused. I could see it in his eyes. He wanted to ask me, but he didn't know how. He knew something was wrong, but I didn't say a word. I was calm, too calm. Victoria noticed it. She came to me, stood very close, and said, "What happened, Emily? Are you angry?" Should I pay you back? But oh, I'm sorry. I already spent everything." And then she laughed, like a witch. That laugh, it broke something inside me. Later that day, when Victoria went out to meet her friends, I did something she never expected. I opened my laptop and started checking my bank account, my credit card statements, everything. And yes, the nightmare was real. There were transactions, thousands of dollars, hotels in Paris, flights to Italy, shopping in Milan, jewelry, branded clothes, everything. And the most shocking part? All of them, done using my credit card. But one thing caught my eye. There was one transaction, a hotel booking, but the name wasn't Victoria's. It was under Edward Wilson. Who was Edward Wilson? I didn't know. But something felt off. Why would my mother-in-law use another man's name for a hotel booking? Who was this man? A family friend? A stranger? Or something else? My heart started beating fast. Was there something Victoria was hiding? Was this more than just stealing money? I opened her Facebook, scrolled through her friends list, and boom, I found him. Edward Wilson, a man in his late 50s, rich, classy, divorced, and his bio? Living my life, one country at a time. My hands started shaking. Was Victoria having an affair? Was this Europe trip not just a vacation, but a honeymoon with her secret lover? I couldn't believe it. My mother-in-law cheating on my father-in-law, using my money to enjoy with another man. Suddenly, everything made sense. Why she was so happy. Why she laughed so loudly. Why she dared to insult me. Because she thought, no one can touch her. But now I had something. A secret. A weapon. A way to destroy her completely. I didn't react. I didn't scream. I just smiled. Because now, I knew, Victoria, you played with the wrong person. And now, your game is over. The next day, I met my old college friend, Sophia. Sophia was smart, intelligent, and she worked in a private detective agency. I told her everything. Every single detail. From the credit card theft to Edward Wilson. She listened carefully, and then she smiled. Emily, let me help you. If your MIL is cheating, if she is lying, I will find the proof. I felt powerful. For the first time in weeks, we made a plan, a slow, painful, silent revenge. Victoria won't even know what hit her. But still, there was one problem. Ryan, my husband, he was blind, completely under his mom's control. Would he believe me? Will he stand with me when the truth comes out? Or will I lose him forever? I didn't know. But one thing I knew, I had to fight. For my respect. For my dignity. For my revenge. And trust me, what happens next will shock you. Secrets. Lies. Betrayals. Everything will come out. And Victoria, she will fall. Badly. The next morning, I woke up early. Victoria was still sleeping like a queen in the guest room, while my mind was awake the whole night. Sophia messaged me. Emily, I've started digging. You'll get updates soon. Stay calm. Don't react. Her words gave me strength. I went to the kitchen, made coffee, and waited for Victoria to wake up. Ryan came down, sleepy and tired. He looked at me and whispered, Emily, about yesterday. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I looked at him, smiled, fakely, and said, It's okay, Ryan. You don't have to say anything. Everything is fine. He looked confused, but I didn't care. My heart was already dead inside for him. I knew he would never stand for me. He was weak and useless. Hours passed. Sophia sent me a message again. Emily, I found something. You need to see this. I quickly left home and met Sophia at a nearby cafe. She opened her laptop and showed me pictures. Pictures that shook my soul. Victoria, my dear Mill, was not just on vacation. She was with Edward, in every picture. Holding hands, hugging, kissing, dinners, luxury hotels, yacht parties. And the worst? They looked like a newlywed couple. Tears filled my eyes. My body was shivering. Not because I cared for Victoria, but because she used my money to enjoy with her secret lover, while humiliating me. Sophia whispered, Emily, that's not all. I found Edward's background. Edward Wilson, bankrupt, no money, survived on rich women. His trick? Targeting lonely rich women, making them fall in love, and then sucking every dollar from them. Victoria was his new target. And guess what? He used my money to impress her. I sat there, silently, feeling broken. But then, Sophia said something that changed everything. Emily, Edward has a criminal record. Scamming women, multiple cases, but no one could catch him. If we expose him, Victoria will go down with him. That was the moment. My lips turned into a smile, a devilish smile. Sophia, we are not going to expose him yet. Let her fall more. Let her enjoy a little more. And then, we will pull the rug from under her feet. I went back home, acting normal. Victoria came out of the room, laughing on the phone. Yes, darling, I miss you too. Don't worry, baby. We will meet soon. She looked at me and smirked. I smiled back. Oh, if only she knew what was coming. Days passed. Victoria was busy chatting and planning another trip. But I was collecting proofs. Every chat, every picture, every phone call. I recorded everything. Sophia helped me like a sister. We created a full file, full proof of Victoria's affair, fraud, and her connection with Edward. And then, the golden chance came. Sophia found out. Victoria was planning to sell one of her husband's properties. secretly, to arrange money for Edward. Emily, this is our moment. If she sells that house, your father-in-law will be destroyed. We need to stop her and make her pay. I took a deep breath and said, "It's time. Let's destroy her." That night, I called my father-in-law, Mr. Richard, a silent, old man who always stayed away from family drama. I asked him to meet me alone, just once, and surprisingly, he agreed. We met at a quiet cafe, and I showed him everything, every picture, every proof, every chat. His hands were shaking, his eyes turned red. He was silent for a long time. And then, he said one line that still gives me goosebumps. "Emily, you are not my daughter-in-law anymore. From today, you are my daughter. And Victoria, she is finished. Pie. Now the real revenge is ready." Mr. Richard, a man who never spoke, now wanted to destroy Victoria. What happens next? How will Victoria's face look when she sees everything crashing? What will Ryan do when he sees his own mother exposed? The real explosion is about to happen. That night, after meeting Mr. Richard, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Power. For the first time, someone from Ryan's family saw my pain, believed me, and stood by me. And not just anyone. It was Victoria's own husband, Mr. Richard. His words were still ringing in my ears. "Emily, from today, you are my daughter. And Victoria, she is finished." Mr. Richard sat silently, staring at all the proof. And then, his eyes turned cold, emotionless. "Emily, now you will stay quiet. Let me handle this. She will get the biggest shock of her life." I nodded. My heart was beating fast. Because now, it was not just my revenge. It was a father's revenge, too. The next morning, everything was normal in the house. Victoria was roaming around like a queen, wearing her branded jewelry, her costly perfume filling the air. Ryan was, as usual, lost in his world. He had no idea what storm was about to hit. Victoria called me loudly. "Emily, make me some tea, darling, don't forget. After all, you are just a guest in this house because of my son." I smiled, a strange, calm smile, because in my mind, I was counting 3, 2, 1. And then, the doorbell rang. Victoria lazily asked me to check. I opened the door, and there he was, Mr. Richard, with 2 lawyers. Victoria's smile disappeared instantly. "Richard? What's all this? Why the lawyers?" Mr. Richard's face was stone cold. He walked in, sat down, and slowly took out the divorce papers from his briefcase. Victoria's face turned white. Her body froze. "Victoria, I know everything." Victoria stammered. What are you talking about? "Richard, what's happening?" Mr. Richard threw the pictures on the table. Pictures of her with Edward, kissing, hugging, holding hands. Victoria screamed, Who did this? How dare you spy on me?" Mr. Richard laughed. "Spy? Your own dirty games exposed you. Do you know whose money you used for this cheap affair? Emily's. You insulted her, humiliated her, and used her money to sleep with another man." Victoria collapsed on the sofa, speechless. Ryan stood up, confused. "Dad, what's happening? What is all this?" Mr. Richard threw the credit card statements at Ryan's face. "Look at this, son. Your lovely mother used your wife's credit card. $95,000. All spent on her dirty trip with this man, Edward Wilson." Ryan read everything. His face turned red. "Mom? Is this true?" Victoria screamed, "No! This is all Emily's trap. She hates me. She made all this up." Mr. Richard roared, "Enough, Victoria! Don't you dare lie now. I have proof. Every chat, every call, every hotel bill. You are finished." Victoria started crying, screaming. "No, Richard, please, you can't do this. I'm your wife." Mr. Richard stood up. "Not anymore. You are nothing to me now. These are divorce papers. Sign them, or I will drag you to court, and you will lose everything." Ryan sat down, holding his head. "Mom, how could you? How could you do this to us?" Victoria begged, cried, but no one listened, and then, the final blow. Mr. Richard looked at me and said, "Emily, thank you for opening my eyes. From today, you will handle all the properties. Victoria, pack your bags. You are out of this house." Victoria screamed like crazy. "No, you can't do this to me. This is my house." Mr. Richard laughed. "No, now it's Emily's." Bye. Imagine that scene. Victoria on the floor, screaming, crying, losing everything, her face pale, broken, defeated. Ryan looked at me, tears in his eyes. "Emily, I'm sorry. I failed you. You trusted me, but I was blind." I didn't say anything, because now I was done. Revenge was complete, but it was not over yet, because there was still one person left. Edward. What happened to him? How did we finish him? Victoria was finished. She lost everything, her respect, her husband, her home. But in my heart, I still felt one thing left. Edward Wilson, the man who started all this, the man who used my money, laughed behind my back, enjoyed Europe trips with Victoria, and broke my family. No, I couldn't let him walk away free. I wanted him destroyed. Fully. Badly. Mr. Richard, me, and Sophia sat together. We planned the final move, the last checkmate. Sophia said, "Emily, this man Edward is dangerous. He is a scammer. He has a record. But if we do this smartly, we can finish him for good." I nodded. "I want him gone, Sophia. I want him to suffer, like I did." Sophia smiled and said, "Then listen, we create a trap so big he will never escape." The next day, Sophia created a fake profile, a rich, lonely widow looking for love. She sent Edward a message, and guess what? Within 1 hour, Edward replied, "Hello, beautiful. Your profile is so charming. Would you like to meet for coffee?" Typical. He thought another target is ready, another rich lady, ready to give him money. Sophia messaged back, "Yes, let's meet, but I have one rule. I only date men with clean records." Edward laughed. "Of course, darling. I'm a businessman. Totally clean." We planned the meeting in a 5-star hotel. Hidden cameras everywhere, police nearby, everything ready. Sophia, acting as the rich widow, dressed beautifully. Edward came, smiling, overconfident, wearing expensive clothes, all bought from my money. They sat, ordered wine, started talking. And then, Sophia slowly asked, "Edward, what do you do? Business?" Edward laughed. "Yeah, import, export, deals everywhere. Europe, USA, you name it. Lies, all lies." Sophia smiled, and then, boom, dropped the bomb. "Really? Because I know you are a scammer, Edward, and right now, this whole place is full of cameras, police waiting, and your game over." Edward froze. "What? What are you talking about?" And right at that moment, police walked in, cops everywhere. Edward tried to run, but failed. Officer shouted, "Edward Wilson, you are under arrest for fraud, identity theft, and scamming multiple women." Edward screamed, "No! This is a mistake!" Police laughed. "Oh yeah? Then explain this." They showed him a full file, all his crimes, pictures with Victoria, bank statements, and proof of how he used my money. Edward's face turned pale. He knew. His game was over. Sophia came to me later. "Emily, it's done. He is finished. No bail, no escape, jail for 15 years minimum." भाई, उस दिन मुझे ऐसा सुकून मिला ना, words में describe नहीं कर सकती. The man who thought he was smart, the man who used my money, was now rotting behind bars. And Victoria? She was left alone. No husband, no lover, no money, nothing. Last I heard, she was working in a small cafe, serving coffee to random people, from luxury Europe trips to wiping tables. Life gave her exactly what she deserved. Ryan, he tried to talk to me. "Emily, please, forgive me. Let's fix this. I was blind." I looked at him. "Ryan, it's too late. You were blind when I needed you the most. Now, I don't need anyone." And I walked away, strong, proud, powerful. Pi, ye the merry story. A story of pain, betrayal, revenge, and finally, victory. If you are listening, remember, never mess with someone's heart. Because when they break, they turn into fire. And that fire? After everything. After the lies, the betrayal, the revenge. I stood there, looking at the empty house. The same house where I once cried, where I once begged for respect, where Victoria ruled like a queen and treated me like a maid. Today, she was gone. Edward? Gone. Locked behind cold prison bars, counting the days, waiting for years to pass. Ryan? Still sitting there, with empty eyes, realizing how badly he failed me, failed us, failed our marriage. And me? For the first time, I felt free, not weak, not scared, not helpless. I felt powerful. Mr. Richard came to me. "Emily, I want to thank you. You didn't just open my eyes. You saved me from a lifetime of shame." He held my hands, his eyes full of tears. "You are not just my daughter. You are my pride now. This house, these properties, everything, they are yours now. You decide what to do." I smiled. "No, Mr. Richard, I don't need anything. I got what I wanted. My respect, my freedom, my revenge. That's enough for me." Ryan tried. He cried, begged, fell on his knees. "Emily, please, give me one more chance. I'll fix everything. I'll fight for you now, I swear." But you know, some mistakes, some betrayals, can never be fixed. I looked at him. "Ryan, the day you sat silently when your mother insulted me, stole from me, humiliated me, that day, you lost me. No sorry, no love, can change that." And I walked away. No looking back, no regrets. I moved to a new city, started a new life. Sophia helped me. Mr. Richards supported me. I started my own small business, a cafe, named Rebirth, a place where broken women, like me, come, they talk, they share, they heal. Today, I see so many women walk in, crying, broken, lost, and I sit there, hold their hands, look into their eyes, and say, "You are not weak. You just forgot your strength. Let me remind you." Like I reminded myself. Sometimes, at night, I think about Victoria, working somewhere old, tired, empty, maybe. Now she understands how it feels to lose everything. And Edward, counting days, behind those bars, rotting, dying slowly, remembering every dollar he stole, every woman he hurt. And me? I smile, sleep peacefully, because karma always comes back. भाई, ये थी मेरी कहानी, एक असली कहानी, जिसने मुझे रुलाया, तो फिर बना दिया एक ऐसी लड़की जो कभी नहीं टूटेगी। आज मैं कह सकती हूँ, My Mile mocked me. She laughed, said my card funded her $95,000 vacation. But in the end, that same vacation destroyed her life. If this story made your heart heavy, made you feel angry, or gave you that sweet feeling of justice, do tell me in the comments. Your words, your support keeps me going. Thank you for listening till the end. This was not just a story. This was a lesson. Never underestimate a silent heart, because when it breaks, it becomes a storm. Tornado.